Hey, everybody, welcome in. Today is September 11th, 2025, and it is one of those days where, we normally would make probably a couple of social media posts. We would probably make something kind of like a static image, like the two towers saying we remember and like make maybe a heartfelt message. And I don't know. Today I just felt like I feel called maybe to get on here and maybe talk just a little bit. I don't really like to bring political stuff into what we do on this show. That's not what we're about. We serve an audience of Chuckwagon racers and a fan base of Chuckwagon racers. That's really our thing. So I don't mean for this to be political, but I did want to take a minute today, just under the circumstances. Yesterday, September 10th, terrible, terrible, tragic situation happened. I guess I'll just kind of relive it from my perspective. I guess what happened yesterday for me, I guess the way I learned of this news was I was at a shoot all day, and I got a message as I was driving home that I saw that said, "Did you see what happened to Charlie Kirk?" I didn't know, and I actually that name didn't quite resonate with me. And then I got on social media, and boom, there it is. I click on this video, and I see a man sitting on a table talking to a large crowd of people at a college campus, and I see him get shot. And man, that was, I don't know if powerful is the word. It affected me. It grossed me out. It spurred a reaction. And then I continued to scroll down, find out that he did not make it. He did not survive. And then, you see the dates of his life. You see that he was born in 93. You see this guy is 31 years old. And then I see a photo of him and his wife and his two kids. And that really, I will say that that hit me pretty hard. And it just makes you react. I mean, it makes everybody react differently, I'm sure. But I think that, at least for me, the reaction was, wow. That could be me. I can relate to that. That could be anybody. That could be somebody I know. That could be somebody I love. What if that happened to me? How would that leave my family? How would that leave my wife, my kids? It just, it seems so impossible, but when you see something like that, it just hits you so real. It's so real. And then you go, the last 24 hours has been a rabbit hole after rabbit hole on social media. I've had a lot to do, so I'm not trying to live in that world 24/7, but something like this it keeps your attention. It makes you think, what do we do? What do we do next? What's right? What's wrong? You're trying to learn, or at least that's how I feel. I'm trying to learn what's supposed to happen. What can we do? And it just, it comes at a crazy time, because you wake up today and it's 9/11, and you almost are so caught up in what happened yesterday that you forget the day that's all about, hey, remember what happened. 9/11, 2001, our country was attacked. Thousands of people were killed for no reason at all, other than a difference in religion, a difference in perspective. You have what we don't have, or, sum it up however you want. I guess you can draw your own political narrative around that, or whatever, personal narrative. But it's about the most tragic, horrible thing that could happen. And here we are in 2025, and something like this happens. And And I guess the opportunity that we have today on September 11th is to think about, remembering that day. Remember the people, remember the heroes, the people that stepped up, and didn't make it back, the people that were just completely victim, that were innocent, they didn't have a choice. And remember the lessons that we learned from that. And then remember the unity that we had as a country and as one nation, as a people. And I think that today is an important reminder of how a nation maybe should respond to something like this. And I guess for me, and maybe this is the piece that I hope somebody can relate to, is that I know for me, life goes on, and I go to work today. I still have to take care of my kids. I still have to change diapers. I still have all the normal day-to-day things. Like I can't just go pick up arms and just go march into battle and fix the problem. There's stuff I just can't do that I wish I could, but at the same time, it's like, what can I do? And if you're anything like me, I guess what I'm hoping is that what we can do today is we can be heroes in our own way, like people were in 2001, when we set an example as a country, as a people, that we're going to stay one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for everyone, that we are going to be the example and the shining lights in our kids' lives, that we will be heroes for our kids. And I'm telling you, if we could just be the parents that our kids deserve, I really do believe it would make a huge, huge impact in our world, because they would grow up conducting themselves better, that we wouldn't, have the kind of behavior that we have out there in the world right now, that we maybe it's not our kids that are growing up and becoming the shooters. And that's a harsh thing to say, but that's the reality, is that we have an opportunity right now as parents to be heroes. And it's not a one-time thing. It's not a one-day thing. It's every day. It's all the time. And it's not just for our kids. It's being the example that we want to see our friends be, that we want to see our neighbors be. And, friends is one thing, because we kind of pick and choose those, but we don't always pick and choose our neighbors. And we don't always agree with those people that live around us that are our neighbors, and maybe that's the example. Maybe that's even as big or bigger of an example of what we could be doing day in and day out, rather than say, what can you do better to be a better neighbor, and say, what can I do to be a better example for my neighbor, that they might want to be more like me, that my kid might want to be more like me, and not, go through the world in confusion and really feel like they don't have a better outlet than to express themselves irrationally in the terrible ways that we have seen people do, like yesterday. I don't know anything about the killer. I don't know anything about their story. I don't know what fueled. I don't know what their motives were. But I can tell you a lot of things boil right back down to what happened in their home as they were growing up. And so, with that said, I'm kind of externally processing today. And like I said, I don't want this to be political. I'm not starting an argument with anybody online. I just feel like today, being 9/11, it's a day that we can remember, and truly remember, and not just say remember, but truly remember what happened in 2001, and how we can apply that in 2025 after yet another tragedy has hit our nation, has hit us as a people, and that we're being tried right now. So remember today. Remember the things that we can learn from the past. Remember that heroes don't always wear capes. You can be a hero right now, today, whether that's for your kid, whether that's for your friends, whether that's for a family member, whether that is for your neighbor or someone you don't even know. But just remember that you can be that person for someone today, and that's what I challenge you with. And especially being that this show is catered to the Chuckwagon racing community, I just want you, the people that are in this community, I just want you to know how much I adore the values that that you embody, the traditional family values, the love for God, country, family, in whatever order you prefer to put that in. But that's something the world needs a little bit more of right now. And so, it is at the heart of our mission to make sure that we not only grow the sport, but we grow what really is some of the most special stuff that makes this sport what it is, and it's the people. And so let's come together today. Let's be heroes, and let's remember, I'll see you this weekend on the track at Loretta Lynn's.